Star bench drop. Arda Güler. Florian. Is it Wirtz? Is that how I say his name?
I think it's Verts.
Wirtz.
I don't know. Yeah.
Cody Gakpo.
I start Florian Wirtz because of what he's done this season with Bayern Leverkusen. Been very impressed, but he hasn't really showed that too much in the sort of Germany performances so far. I know the first game he played well against Scotland. I think everyone played well against Scotland, but then the sort of other games he hasn't been amazing, and also has been subbed quite early on. So yeah, I'd start him because of the Bayern Leverkusen sort of records and what they did. I'd bench Arda Güler. I want to see more from this guy. I know he's very young, but yeah, that goal against Georgia was just a glimpse of what he could do. So yeah, I definitely want to see more of it in the tournament and more for Real Madrid next season. So yeah, I'll bench him, and then yeah, Gakpo. Although Gakpo's been decent, he always performs for both Liverpool and Netherlands. So yeah, I like Gakpo, but yeah, I'll probably drop him.
Yeah, I'm gonna start bench drop for me. Florian Wirtz as well, because like he came back from a horrific injury and had an amazing season. Did a great invincible season, better than the Arsenal one, if we're being completely honest. Going to bench Cody Gakpo. I think he scored a goal, right? Scored a goal.
Yeah, he scored a goal in the first game. Yeah,
And I've been impressed with his movement, and he has had some good chances. And I'm going to drop Arda Güler. Again, I want to see more from him. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the future. If we do this list in a couple years' time, I'm pretty sure he'll be a starter without a shadow of a doubt. And yeah, bright future for him. All right. Start bench drop. João Palhinha, Granit Xhaka, N'Golo Kante.
Oh, you know what? N'Golo Kante's been amazing. This Euros. I know France in them they haven't been amazing, but N'Golo Kante has sort of brought back the years really for a lot of fans. And
2 years out, 2 years out of the national team.
Yeah. This is it. 2 years out. Also playing abroad now. He's not playing
Saudi.
he's not playing in the sort of big leagues. And yeah, he's showing up in international football for France. So yeah, I would start him. Oh, this is a tough one. I think Granit Xhaka, is on the bench. Granit Xhaka, the turnaround this year for me has been amazing. Or even 2 years, I'd say, because the last season at Arsenal, he was amazing for me. He changed his role completely.
Yep.
And yeah, no, he offers a lot more now going forward. So yeah, very impressed with Granit Xhaka and how he's turned his career around. So I'll bench him, and then I'm dropping Paulinho. I do like Paulinho. I think he's a solid player, but he hasn't really played that many minutes. He didn't start the game against. I want to say who did they play first game? I'm trying to think. Who did they play first game? Portugal.
I can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it doesn't matter. He didn't start that game. And since he's come in, he's kind of solidified Portugal a little bit more. But yeah, I'll probably drop him.
Yeah. Start bench drop for me. I'm gonna agree with you, man. N'Golo Kante, the guy proves why he's gonna go down historically as one of the best guys to play that defensive midfielder position. Standing at a whopping, what is it, 5'8"?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he just commands the midfield. It's insane. And like you're saying, 2 years out of the national team, playing in Saudi, not the most competitive league in the world. But yeah, man, just dominating and doing what he does. And if France go far, it's partly because of him, if I'm being completely honest. I'm going to bench Granit Xhaka again. Like you're saying, the last 2 seasons for him have been phenomenal. Changed his role at Arsenal, went from the villain to the superhero to the point where we were sad we had to let him go.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're glad we got Declan Rice, of course, but Granit Xhaka, the beginning parts of his Arsenal career was played in the wrong position. I think because of his stature and because of the passes he can make, they played him as a defensive mid when really this guy was a box to box guy the whole time, and you've seen him flourish um in that role. And I'm going to bench Jao Polina, but it's nothing against him. Really big fan of his. It's just that I think the other two are better in the position that they play.
Yeah.
Start bench drop. Nico Williams, Xavi Simmons. I don't know. I'm gonna butcher his name. Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, that was it. I think that's how you
I
pronounce it.
pray it was.
I think it's how you pronounce it. I would be starting. Oh, this is tough. This one. I would be starting Nico Williams. This is just due to his performances in the Euros. I think he's been amazing. Yeah, he's very young still, and I feel like he can come leaps and bounds if he gets a bigger move to elsewhere. Hopefully, that is with Chelsea, but you never know. Um, and then I'll bench Javi Simmons because I've been also impressed with him this Euros. I think
Yeah.
he's offered a lot for the Netherlands. I think he's sort of their sort of star man at this moment in time. I think that France goal should have been a goal as well. I think it
Yeah.
was hardly done by, but yeah, it really impressed me these Euros and also this season with Leipzig. And to be fair, I can't pronounce his name either. But the guy from Napoli, he is someone that I'm dropping. But I have been very impressed with his performances at Napoli and his last performance for Georgia in that Portugal game.
Yeah. Star bench drop for me. I'm actually gonna start Kvaratskhelia. I've liked the ball goes through him for that team. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just like I just like how he plays the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really creative. Been impressed with him his 2 seasons at Napoli as well, which is part of contention to it. But yeah, he scored a goal and aren't they? I swear they're through to the next. Are they through to the next stage?
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
through. They're
exactly.
through to
And
the
no
next
one
stage.
thought
I
that. No
think
no one
they play Netherlands.
exactly. No one had them coming out of the group stage. Like, you know what I'm saying? No one would have thought, especially because you could be the third team in your group with the high whatever. And yeah, man, he's just been playing really well, and I've been impressed with him. I'm going to bench. I'm going to bench Nico Williams. Impressed with him. That crossbar shot when he cut in from the mate, that just impressed. But obviously, part of it is biased, our fellow countrymen as well. And yeah, I'm just feel like his career's gonna go leaps and bounds,
Yeah.
and he's due to come to the Premier League soon. If not, Barcelona are probably gonna get him. And I'm gonna bench Xavi Simmons, but we've shown Xavi Simmons a lot of love on this podcast throughout the years, and big fan of his. Start bench drop. Danny Olmo, Jamal Musiala, Jude Bellingham.
Oh. Are we gonna base it off of the actual Euros itself, or base it off
You
of?
do however you want, brother.
This is a tough one. I would start Jude just because of everything. I think
Yeah.
he's got that aura. He can grab a game by the scruff of its neck, and we're yet to see that. I know the Champions League final was a bit of a disappointment, but I think he was just knackered. But that sort of first game for England, he was very impressive. It was a proper leader out there. Made a few silly decisions. He bumped into someone and tried to intimidate the opponent. And I don't think the other guys have that sort of aura. I know Musiala is probably quite a quiet person, but yeah, I think Jude has that aura. He has the ability. He has the ability to go on and be a future captain for England. So yeah, I would say,
And Real Madrid.
and Real Madrid also. Yeah. So yeah, I would start Jude. I will be benching Musiala. I just think he's been amazing this tournament already. Popped up with some vital goals for Germany already in this tournament, and I think he could be a big part in their sort of later rounds in this tournament also. And Daniel, I think he's a very underrated player. He's been at Leipzig for some years now, and it's been really good for them. So yeah, I'm dropping him, but yeah, I do rate the guy quite highly.
Star bench drop. I'm going to start Jude Bellingham. Just a phenomenal player, great season, man. I like what I've really been impressed with his game. The development is to arrive in the box, like that header. If you just look
Yeah,
at the run, like he just watching the ball the entire time, and it just landed there. And it was a collision header. Like he could have hurt himself. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
he was just so fixated on scoring that goal, and he did it. And yeah, like you're saying, the teams, like he's another guy that I feel like if he's got the type of legs that are gonna like stretch the defense, like we're gonna see more of his game. And he's still only what 2021, so it's absolutely insane. But then again, the same. I'm going to bench Jamal Musiala for not been impressed with this guy the last few seasons, especially with Bayern Munich. Again with Germany, just like I just like his close ball control reminds me of Thiago Alcantara so much. Like he can just squeeze out of tight spaces. It's actually insane, and he looks scrawny, and he still just does his thing. Like you know what I mean? Like just very much impressed with his game, and I'm going to drop Dani Olmo, but again, a big fan of his. Great assists for Spain and been doing this thing for Leipzig for a number of years. Start bench drop. Phil Foden, Rafael Leao, Jeremy Doku.
oh. I am going to start Phil Foden. I think he has had an unbelievable season with City.
Yeah.
Wish he could sort of translate that into England's performances of late, but he's not playing in his position, so you can't really fault him. Um, so yeah, I'll probably start him. I think yeah, he could really be the sort of catalyst for England to win this tournament really. So if he's playing in that position, yeah, you'll get a lot from him. So hopefully England do start playing him in that number 10 role. I am going to bench Jeremy Doku. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna bench Jeremy Doku because I just like that sort of winger. He's very direct. Um, Goes down the line very easily. Has his opponent on toast every time. So yeah, I would bench Jeremy Doku. Although Belgium have been a bit disappointed in this tournament. And Rafael Leao, I would drop only because I haven't been impressed with his recent performances. But I know he's an amazing player.
Yeah. Start bench drop for me. I'm going to start Phil Foden again. Great season for City, and it's a shame we're not seeing it replicated for England. But again, he's not playing his position. No one's really flourishing for this England squad
Yeah,
at the moment in time. I'm going to bench his teammate and our fellow countryman, Jeremy Doku. I don't even think he knows what he's going to do with the ball half the time. Honestly,
yeah,
I think he's just reacting off body movement and stuff like that so fast, lightning. And he's had a great debut season for Man City as well. You know what I mean? I thought he'd be a bit part player, but there's been times in the season where he's kept Grealish out of the squad for,
yeah.
durations of time. And Grealish is the 100 million man, you know? And going to drop Rafael Leao. And I'm upset I'm doing this because he's actually one of my favorite players. Seen him play live, but he missed the game for simulation. Hasn't been that impressive for Portugal in this tournament. Not only that as well, this season hasn't been his best season. When I went to go watch him live in February for my birthday, I think that was the first time he scored in the league. I think it was like they said something like 5 months or something silly like that.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, he's a great football player. Like we literally went to Milan just to go watch him play. Like we paid our money's worth to go watch him play, and he's worth it, man. Like he plays with a smile on his face, and you are entertained. So that's the order I'm going to go. Um, Start bench drop. Bernardo Silva, Cole Palmer, Christian Eriksen.
I I am going to start Cole Palmer.
Yeah.
Amazing debut sort of season for Chelsea. Um, yeah, we're really missing him for England. I think 20 minutes or 25 minutes wasn't enough for him the other night. Um, I to be fair, I agree and disagree with the whole starting him. I think Saka hasn't done anything wrong in that position for England. I think he's been very impressive. Um, yeah, very impressive. So I don't think he should be dropped for the next game. But Cole Palmer, like you said, he offers something different. He's creative on the ball. He's very composed. Um, and yeah, he can sort of come in with a goal, which I think Saka is kind of failing to do at this moment in time. So yeah, I can see why people would want him to start at this moment in time. But I think Saka's been brilliant, so you can't really drop him.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I would start Cole Palmer. I would bench Bernardo Silva. I think yeah, he's been amazing for City since he's moved there. Really come a lot of um, yeah, he's come leaps and bounds for City. He's been very good since he's moved there. And yeah, for Portugal, it's a bit disappointing. I feel like there's another level to them, but we haven't seen that yet. So hopefully Bernardo Silva and Portugal can turn it on in these next rounds. And then yeah, I'll drop Christian Eriksen. I think it's been amazing the fact that he's come a bounce back from the last Euros.
Yeah.
Um, and to score in that first game was an incredible story. Yeah, I think Ericsson is such an underrated player. The vision that he has, the sort of composure he has, is just unbelievable. But yeah, I'll drop him.
Quickly sticking on Ericsson, should he have stayed at Spurs instead of going to Inter?
Nah, he got into. I mean, it was too. It was too sort of. It's too easy at Spurs. He knew his role. I think he needed a challenge at that moment in time, and I think Inter coming along with big money, you can't really say no to it. And I believe he won a league at Inter, so it was worth it at the end.
Yeah. Start bench drop for me. I'm going to start the boy Cole Palmer again. I'm an Arsenal guy, but I love watching this guy play football, man. I've always been a fan of him, but and I've said it before. At the time, we thought the 40 million was steep. It's a bargain now, I'll tell you that, buddy. And I can almost rest assure you, like he may not publicly admit it, but Pep Guardiola is probably kicking his feet, thinking, "Damn, how
Yeah,
did we let him go?" You know what I'm saying? Because I've noticed with City to balance the books, yeah, they've got a lot of young good players that yes they sell, like they sold Matey Boy to Southampton. I forgot his name that you lot brought him, and a few other players and stuff. But they also play the young guys, and like that's one thing good Pep's good at doing. Like he plays the young guys. You know what I'm saying? Like look at Oscar Bob and Phil Foden and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like so I feel like that's one that if they could have it back, they would have definitely kept him. But again, he
yeah,
might just want to play football, you know what I mean? And look how his career's progressed. He wouldn't have been an England international had he stayed at City.
yeah,
So fair play to him. I'm going to bench Bernardo Silva. Love this guy. He's not the biggest, not the strongest, not the fastest, but he gets the job done. Like, and it's just yeah, great football player. Another guy who I think is underrated, that doesn't really get his plaudits like that. And I'm going to drop Christian Eriksen. I was a fan of this guy at Ajax, at Spurs with that team. They were rolling, balling out. Um, Obviously had the condition, at the Euros, and like you're saying, to see him bounce back and play at this Euro, score a goal, do his thing at Brentford to get the move to United. Fair play to him. Um, let's end with one last one, Eve. Start bench drop. Usman Dembele, Bukayo Saka, Lamine Yamal.
Ooh. Um, yeah, I'm starting Saka. To be fair, I know a lot of people are hating on him, and like I've said before, where a lot of people are being critical and saying, "Why isn't Palmer starting?" There's a reason to it. Saka has been the most consistent player for England. Um, he showed with that assist in that first game. He's always trying to beat his man. and usually does get the better of his man
Yeah.
most of the time. So you can't really drop him. And yeah, I've every season he's impressed. Every season he's got better and better at Arsenal. So yeah, I'd start him. I would. Oh, this is tough, man. But I'm gonna bench Yamal. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, I'm benching Yamal just because of his age and the fact he's doing it at the Euros. He's so consistent,
Just
so
pass his
composed.
GCSEs.
Just past doing his GCSEs out in a major tournament is unbelievable. Yeah, to be doing that at his age, like I said before, so composed. And yeah, I think he's gonna be such a good player when he gets older. And he's got so much potential. Yeah, and I am dropping Ousmane Dembele. Um, I mean, it's a tough one. I think he has had that bounce back this season with
Yeah.
PSG. I think he has been amazing. I think that Barcelona game where he was getting a lot of hate, but came back and really impressed, and even scored in that game. But yeah, I'm dropping him because I mean this teenager is just running riot at the moment, and everyone's talking about him. And that it's hard not to bench this guy. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Start bench drop for me. I'm going to start Starboy, obviously, little chilly Bukayo Saka. I'm Arsenal. What did you expect? But not only that as well, like you're saying, you've seen improvements. This guy started as a left back, left winger, right winger, and he's become a talisman for both Arsenal and England, our main guy. And yeah, like you said, man, he provided the assist for that Jude Bellingham goal and been one of England's main consistent players time and time again. Even through all the adversity, all the controversy that's come his way, wearing the England shirt, still performs, still turns up, still gives it his all. Where a lot of guys might be like, you know what, I'm out. I don't need this. I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the star boy. I'm going to bench Lamine Lamau as well, also, just because, yeah, like you're saying, the age, the fact that you're doing it at 16, the guy's not even on EAFC yet. Do you know what I mean? Because he's underage, for flip's sake.
Yeah.
But yeah, balling out, man, and yeah, the future's so bright for him. I'm only gonna drop Ousmane Dembele, and I'm a big Ousmane Dembele guy. I liked him since he was playing in League, his first team for his career all throughout. But playing on, and the thing is, this guy is so talented, and I'm pretty sure we've said this before. Like pound for pound, is he a better football player than Kylian Mbappe? And we kind of debated it, and it's not that far off. You know, obviously they
No.
play different positions, but it's not that far off. Left foot, right foot. You know what I'm saying? So he can play either side. But where's letting him down, especially in this tournament, his final ball is let him down a lot. Like he needs
Yeah.
to be a bit more precise with that final ball, and France would have had at least another 2-3 goals. And even the goal contributions with him scoring goals. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my order. Anything else, Eve? I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think that's it. All
right, man. That was episode 73 Our League podcast. I'm on off to do Eds, my co-host, my brother, my brethren, Ethan. Also start bench drop, the thing that gets people's blood pumping and saying we've got no ball knowledge. By the way, I have to say this before we finish. When people comment no ball knowledge, I just think you're a goof. Because that's just such a generic thing to say. Like, and if you are gonna say no ball knowledge, at least elaborate. You know what I'm saying?
back it up. That's
Back it
it.
up.
They never back it up with a sort of their own opinion and
Exactly.
why. So yeah.
Because I actually want to hear it. I actually want to hear
Yeah.
what your opinion. And
Yeah.
sometimes guys say something. I'm like, yeah, cool, fair point, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Can
awesome.
can hear it. Yeah, can hear
I can
it.
hear it. I can hear
understand
it. But
yeah.
if you're not talking it, then I can't hear. Oh, you
Yeah.
got no ball knowledge. Like, all right,
Yeah.
buddy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's been it. We're out. Peace, people.